Have you ever written a sentence that sounds correct but somehow the examiner marks it wrong? Maybe you wrote, I bought book, an advice, or this scissor. These mistakes may look small, but in grammar exams, they can cost you valuable marks. The good news is that these mistakes are not difficult to fix. In this video, we are going to learn some of the most important noun correction rules in English grammar, with simple examples and tricky exam-oriented sentences. So stay with me until the end because these rules can make your grammar more accurate, more professional, and more exam ready. Welcome to the channel English Academy with Tayyeba. Subscribe to the channel for further important and useful English grammar videos. Before we begin, let's understand what we are going to learn. First, we will understand the difference between countable and uncountable nouns. Then we will learn how to use an and the correctly with nouns. We will also study nouns that are always used in the plural form. Most importantly, we will look at the kinds of mistakes that frequently appear in grammar tests, university examinations, competitive exams, and academic writing. So don't just memorize the examples. Try to understand the logic behind each rule. So what exactly do we mean by noun correction rules? Simply, these are rules that help us use nouns correctly in a sentence. A noun does not always stand alone. Sometimes it needs an article, sometimes it needs a determiner, such as this, that, these, or those, and sometimes the noun affects whether we use a singular or plural verb. For example, we cannot simply say, I bought book. We need to say, I bought a book. And why? Because book is a singular countable noun, and a singular countable noun normally needs a determiner. So that's exactly what noun correction rules help us understand. देखिए, जैसे I bought car, car के साथ a car लगेगा. She give me an advice. An advice नहीं यूज करेंगे. Advice के साथ कभी भी an नहीं लगेगा. She give me advice. He is teacher. ये incomplete है. He is a teacher क्योंकि teacher countable noun है. The scissor is sharp. Scissor हमेशा scissors बोलेंगे and scissors के साथ आप are यूज करेंगे. These scissors are sharp. Rule number 1 is countable nouns and articles. Countable noun किनको बोलते हैं? जो आप count कर सकते हैं. And when we talk about article, article is a, an, and the. So a countable noun refers to something that can be counted individually, कि आप जिनको one by one count कर सकें, जो गिनती जिनकी हो सकती है, हम उनको बोलते हैं these are countable nouns. So singular countable noun must have a determiner, कि जहाँ पर भी singular countable noun होगा उसके साथ आपने determiner या फिर article लगाना है. Further आपके पास rule number 1 countable noun जहाँ पर उनके साथ हम क्या चीज़ें यूज़ कर सकते हैं, आर्टिकल कहाँ यूज़ करते हैं, किस तरह से यूज़ करते हैं, आपके पास डिफरेंट एग्जांपल्स हैं. और जो हम बहुत सी दफ़ा उनमें कंफ्यूज होकर बहुत मिस्टेक्स करते हैं, आप इस टेबल को डिटेल से देखें और आपको बहुत सी चीज़ें समझ आ जाएंगी. आप इसका स्क्रीनशॉट भी ले सकते हैं. Rule number 2 is uncountable nouns and don't use with uncountable nouns a or an. वो होते हैं जिनको आप काउंट नहीं कर सकते हो, और आ और एन ये वो कंसेप्ट है जो काउंटेबल के साथ लगता है क्योंकि आप हमेशा इनको सिंगुलर के साथ लगाते हो. सो हियर वी हैव दीज वर्ड्स आर स्पेशली इम्पॉर्टेंट बिकॉज स्टूडेंट्स ऑफन ट्रीट देम लाइक ऑर्डिनरी काउंटेबल नाउन्स. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, वेरी कॉमन एग्जाम्पल इज advice is uncountable, so often people say she gave me an advice. So why are you saying this? Say she gave me some advice. Similarly, don't say he gave me an information. Information is uncountable noun, so say he gave me some information. And don't say we bought a furniture, say we bought some furniture. So these are small correction, but they are extremely important for competitive and university examinations. और भी आपके पास बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल्स यहाँ पर मेंशन है. हमारे पास इतना टाइम नहीं है कि एक एक एग्जाम्पल को वन बाय वन डिस्कस करें, इस तरह से वीडियो बहुत ज़्यादा लेंथी हो जाती है. सो आप यहाँ आपके लिए कंपाइल की गई हैं बहुत सारी एग्जाम्पल्स जो इम्पॉर्टेंट भी हैं, आप उनको देख सकते हैं. Now let's move to rule number 3. We already learned that uncountable nouns normally do not take article. But can we use thou with an uncountable noun? Yes. When the uncountable noun refers to something specific or already identified, we can use thou. Look at this sentence. Water is important. Here we are talking about water in general. So we don't use the, but the water in this bottle is cold. Now we are talking about a particular water, the water in this bottle. Therefore we use the. Another example we have, information is useful. So this is general, but the information you provided is correct. Now we are talking about particular information. Now let's discuss a slightly tricky rule. Abstract nouns express things that we cannot physically touch, such as beauty, honesty, kindness, courage, wisdom, and patience, and so on. When we use an abstract noun in its general sense, we normally don't use an article. For example, honesty is important. We are talking about honesty in general. But sometimes an abstract noun refers to one particular example, instance, or special quality. Then it can take an article. For example, it was a kindness I will never forget. Here we are talking about one particular act of kindness. So don't think that abstract noun can never take an article. The real question is the abstract noun being used generally, or is it referring to a particular example or quality? That is the key. Now let's come to rule number 5. Some nouns are normally used in the plural form. For example, scissors, trousers, glasses, spectacles, shorts, clothes, and goods. So because these nouns are plural in form, they normally take a plural verb. For example, the scissors are sharp. यहाँ पर हम scissors are यूज करेंगे. The scissors is sharp, wrong होगा. My trousers are new. My trousers is new, wrong होगा. So whenever you see these nouns in an examination, remember, plural noun have plural verb. Now it's your turn. I want you to pause the video and try to connect these sentences yourself. Don't look for answers immediately. Think about the rules we have just learned. For sentence 1, she gave me an advice. Ask yourself, is advice countable or uncountable? और फिर आप आंसर देंगे. For sentence 2, I bought book yesterday, and ask yourself, is book singular or countable? For sentence 3, water in this glass is cold. Is the water general or specific? The scissor is very sharp. Ask yourself, is scissors normally singular or plural? And finally, honesty is a best policy. Ask yourself which article should be used with the expression. These questions test exactly the rules we have learned. And that's all for today's lesson on noun correction rules. If you found this lesson helpful, don't just watch it once. Revise these rules, practice the examples, and test yourself with similar sentences. If you have any question or if there is a grammar topic you want us to cover next, drop your question in the comment section. And don't forget, like this video, share it with your friends and classmates, and subscribe to English Academy with Tayyeba for more important English grammar, vocabulary, and exam-oriented videos. Thank you for watching, and keep learning, keep practicing, and keep improving your English. Allah Hafiz.